Any reason we need to be on the monitor for any reason? No? Well, then I'm taking the power.
Unless the EBC thing.
Approval of the minutes from August 21st. No changes.
I didn't see any that were necessary. Where we move to approve the August 21st, 2025 meeting minutes.
Haslett will second.
Motion by Wired, second by Haslett, to approve the minutes from August 21st. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries. Citizen input? Seeing none. Old business? Doesn't look like we have any. New business, August 2025 financial statements. I looked them over. I did not see any or have any questions. We can take that all as one if you so wish the motion.
Where we'll move to approve August 2025 financial statements of payroll, $101,681.87, general disbursements, $168,827.61, and the clerk treasurer's report on file at City Hall.
Haslett will second.
Motion by Wired, second by Haslett for approval of the financial statements from August. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carried. Resolution 2025-36 requesting exemption from the county library tax. Would you like to speak on that?
A yearly tax that you have to do in order for the library to not, to receive the money from Jefferson County, so in order to do that.
Basically a resolution that says, we'll take your money, right?
Yes.
Well, it's exempting.
Exempt.
It's exempting that we're changing from what the 85,000 that is suggested, that's
Right.
their numbers. The county's numbers.
And I believe this is on,
It's also on top of our council too.
just checking.
No, it is.
It is, it's 82,
Yep.
almost 782.
A2. Good.
782, yep.
Good. Well, I will make the motion for resolution 2536.
You make or take?
I will make a motion to accept that for council to act on, yes.
Which is on here as 208.
Where will second?
Where will second? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries. Contingency fund discussion.
And she's printing documents.
We lost Lana.
I do know she did give us one sheet, and so far, only in the packet, it's in the packet. It's in the packet, but the only thing we had, and Chad, I don't even know if that's what we did, or maybe Chad does that, $29.50 was for the water fund. So that's the only thing we put in there so far. But I don't think we had anything left in our,
Building fund.
building funds, thank you. Couldn't spit that
Yeah, I
out.
don't think that I took anything out of contingency this year. I think everything else came out of budgets.
Yeah. Yeah, so of the 35, just for future down the agenda here for the Sirens, we do have a balance in it.
Okay, any questions on where we stand on the contingency fund at this point? So until we actually know what the repairs or when the repairs are gonna be done.
They are done.
They're done
The
already?
pump, yeah.
The bubbler?
It
Yeah.
makes noise when you
Yeah,
walk by.
it's done.
Oh, it's done?
Yeah, he came in like the next day, didn't
I
he?
thought we approved that.
We
We
did.
did, but I didn't know if it was done yet.
Yeah.
Excellent.
So it did come out of, We got the bill already.
Yeah, I signed off on the bill last week already.
Okay,
And
so it's
nothing
not,
changed.
No,
So-
he billed us the same as what was on the quote.
Yeah,
okay, so it's not tentative, it's an actual
Correct.
debit.
good.
That helps.
Yeah.
Okay,
We need action on that, Charlie?
not for the funding, no.
Yeah, I
I don't
think the
think so, 'cause we
agenda
already
was
kinda,
was really more about informational, wasn't it?
right. We weren't sure what got pulled out of there
Right.
last time we met, so that was it so far. Which segues into 5D, replacement of the siren located in the parking lot behind us here. Chief, you want to address?
During the monthly siren test, we noticed it didn't work. We had it looked at by the emergency siren company, about a grand shoot that checks the other two sirens, and he checked it and it's fried completely. When you throw the switch on, it smoke comes out of the top, so the three-phase motor is completely burned. So it needs to be replaced. We got one quote for roughly $22,000, and we're waiting on the second quote from GenCom. They said they'd have to send a tech out to look at it before they can quote it.
John Conwood?
Yes.
We're okay with backup? If we gotta trigger the siren, is the other one still functioning?
Well, there is no fire siren. The only thing that we have is the two tornado sirens, the one
Right.
at St. Joe's and the one in the park. There is no fire siren.
Remember, we triggered them one time and people like, what's going on?
Well, you can trigger it manually from the garage, but the motor's fried. You
Not
can't
gonna do
trigger it.
anything. But the electronic ones, I'm saying, I think one time we used those as a fire up and down instead of just a tornado. Years ago, and people freaked out, that they didn't understand what was going on, so.
We can set them off manually, the tones in the computer room, but we don't typically run in here when there's a fire call to set them off.
I don't think we're programmed to set them.
You're not. It's a manual switch for it.
So did you say you did or can't get a quote from GenCom?
Waiting.
We're waiting on it.
Think we want to wait to do two quotes.
We have no concept of how that's gonna come in, higher or lower.
No.
Be all right for a couple weeks? Well, it's, or do you think we should just do it?
With install.
Well, what you,
Today's the 18th, I mean, it's gonna be, our next meeting's not, yeah.
at the very least, what I do is approve it for this amount,
Yeah.
and then if
not
GenCom
to
comes in
exceed.
higher, then
We know.
Right, that's what I was gonna say, that this one's 21,855, that you could approve the project not to exceed, just call it 22,000,
Right,
just for a
just pick
round
the-
number.
pick
but
the-
they have to order it, and I don't know how long it's gonna take to order it, and how long it's gonna take to get installed, so I wouldn't wanna drag it out any further.
So unless something drastic changes from like their install quote, like GenCom, has something better, I don't know. Then you could always ask for a,
Not a whole lot of companies that make sirens,
right.
I'm thinking.
But I was gonna say you could ask for, like a variance or whatever, so if we say not to exceed 22,000 and it comes in at 24, but it's a much better product, or whatever the case may be, he could still ask for that additional 2,000. But then he can still get it over, because I wanna trust that he's gonna,
And they're
Yeah,
both bidding
that's-
out the same siren, so
Oh,
whichever
so,
whichever one's lower.
yeah, okay.
So I'll make a motion to approve the 22,000 for the
Okay.
siren.
Then how long do we wanna wait?
personally, I think that's really up to you. If they can't get back to us within another day, I mean, how long does it take them to get a quote? Isn't that what they do? Or
Yes.
Siren's not in their wheelhouse? If they don't get back to you tomorrow, give them a call and find out what the holdup is. I mean, somebody on vacation, we gotta wait till Monday. But I wouldn't wait 2 weeks, because I'm assuming you want it sooner
Right.
rather than later. This isn't just.
At least get the ball rolling, get it
Yeah.
on order from somebody, right?
Is there a known lead time?
No, I asked him today when they could get a tech out, and he said he didn't know. He was supposed to give me a quote today, and then, so,
I know historically, this company's been cheaper than GenCom pretty
Okay.
regularly. But, things change.
Good motion, well, I'll second that.
Funding?
Contingency,
Yeah, didn't know what the balance was out for that.
Yep, we're good.
Technically, nothing's been used out of the contingency.
right,
You got the,
Technically.
yeah, the unless there was another spot that I can get moved to, but.
Well, it's just if we go over
Sure.
that account,
Sure.
then that was approved to come out of the contingency.
Yeah.
okay. Motion by Hasley, second by Cool to replace the warning siren not to exceed 22,000 out of contingency. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carried. Resolution 2540 declaring City of Waterloo's official intent to reimburse.
We have not run into this as of yet. I know the utility has something in place similar, but basically what this is that in the event something comes up that, say, equipment, that type of thing, and we pay for it, but it wasn't the intent to take it from our account, we need to get a loan for it, the reimbursement, and reimburse the city, that would be considered taxable. So this way, this would prevent these situations to happen, that if it came up, we do have a number of road projects coming up, those type of things. Like I said, I don't think that it will happen often, but it would give, I put on here, Jenny or myself would have be officially be able to do that. And then the form that's attached is the declaration. That one would actually come in front of you guys as far as what was spent under that. And that way it just protects us under the IRS codes.
That was from Ellers at one.
Yes,
point.
Ellers, and I spoke with a few other municipalities, and they all recommended that, doing it exactly this way, so we don't have to redo the resolution, we just have the declaration. If this situation, we don't have to get it approved every year, it would be the declaration, so.
Oh, okay.
So yes, so they were surprised we didn't have that, but
Learn something.
But if we have a piece of equipment that we can get, if something happens and we can get it right now for 8 instead of 10, we have the ability to do that without being taxed. Just a safekeeping thing.
Questions or comments?
No.
We have a motion.
Wired will move to approve resolution number 2025-40, designating officials authorized to declare official intent under reimbursement bond regulations.
I said a second.
Motion by Wired, second by Hasley for resolution 2540 declaring Waterloo's official intent to reimburse. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries. Item 6, the budget, general discussion.
Dave just brought his wife home from surgery, so he wanted to let you know that he would have been here, but he cannot, just in case anything comes up about the park.
Oh,
And I said, well, we didn't have necessarily anything specific, so.
So we have a handout, do you want to go through that first?
Yeah, might as well.
HRA,
Yeah, so, the deductible, the higher deductible at the city, does approve to go to that. I explored a few different things, and the HRA is really where we need to be with that, where the city contributes money to the account and the money is not lost. Where with an HSA, there's maximums, but only a small amount, 600 rolls over. So that would obviously help fund that. The other decision we have to make is if what the maximum rollover for the next year would go into the employee's account. So, but that would give us what we want to with the deductible. It would be, and then if somebody leaves or goes, we have the, don't have to, forward it over to them.
What benefit does it give them to roll it over to a higher deductible? The deductible is only $3,500, what does that give them?
If it's 32, so say we agree to roll over 1,000 of it each year, the city does, that extra amount, then it becomes 42. It's not affecting their health insurance deductible, it's giving them those things for other medical expenses like dental, which we know is not covered. I mean, you can purchase a policy, but the basic is not covering a lot of the things that you really need. Root canals are 50%, or those type of things. So that gives them that ability to do that.
So they can use this
Yes.
then
Mhm.
for other things?
Medicine, yeah.
Okay.
Like that.
Okay.
Health plans, I think they can even use it for like, any of that stuff, anything to do with health.
So if they roll over $3,000,
Mhm.
then the next year, the deductible still stays the same at $3,500, and they've
It's
used
32.
obviously everything, that 32,
Mhm.
as this one here says.
Yeah, so it'd be 32, and they would actually have, say if we did that, it would be
Okay.
42.
Okay.
Those type of things. So then it's a fair rollover maximum instead of trying to figure out what they've used and what they haven't. So at least they have that.
Yeah.
Because there is surgeries that may not be, or anything that may be elective, but it still falls under the health that they could use that for.
And this all has like the different criteria of all the things that they can use it for.
Mhm.
So your option would be, it stops and whatever's left, it goes in. And if we wanted to make it just an even 35 every year, we could, but we don't have to.
Right.
That's
We
I
can
mean,
just bump it up so it
Yeah.
has a balance, a new balance each year
Yeah.
of the 35. If they only used 1,000, then they would get 25.
Right, that's what I'm getting at. You can do
Oh,
it
no,
either
well,
way.
yeah, you could do it either way.
Right.
The only thing is that I look at it that, somebody doesn't use all of it or somebody does, I mean, to be.
I'm not advocating either way, I'm just asking the question.
Yeah,
that
I mean, I would set a maximum rollover and then whatever me personally, and then 32, if that's stays the same for deductible, then the city would contribute monthly for that additional deductible, or whatever you set. You don't
Right.
have to
Right, no,
do
that's
that.
not.
I'm just looking at different options, but regardless, even rollover or not, the HRA is really the only option we have to do that, and that's what kind of gives a scenario there.
Right. Yeah, so then we would have to obviously write a policy
Yes.
on that.
Mhm,
Okay.
Yes. But it would achieve going to that higher deductible and giving
it
the,
would cover the deductible amount
Mhm.
that the higher deductible is.
yeah, and everybody would get cards. I think Rich and I talked about that. They would get cards. They may still have to send in supporting information on it, but they could pay for their co-pays or their medicine at that time. So,
What is with the pricing, annual fee,
Yeah, so-
monthly admin?
yeah, so what that is that we're obviously gonna get, they're not gonna do anything for free. So, so under that, we'd have an annual fee of 300, okay, which,
Per person?
no,
Just for the
annual
company,
fee, yeah.
the city?
To the plan.
Okay,
Yeah,
good.
for the plan.
Okay.
And then the monthly administrative fee is $4.50 per participant, or a minimum of $60. So depending on how many we have, it's either 60 or more depending on how many people we have under the plan.
So per participant, we have 5 people, obviously, do the math, times 5, that's what that is.
It
Okay.
takes
Yeah.
14.
Pardon?
Takes 14 to meet 60.
Yeah. Which I,
Oh, that's what the minimum fee is about?
I think it'd be
That's
close.
what I think.
Yeah.
Oh, that's what I was gonna ask you now. So it's an administration fee,
Yeah,
but then minimum fee, but it's per
Minimum
month.
60, but it's.
Per month.
and we have a $60 annual fee for, you know, the.
No, but it says per month, so what does
Yes.
that mean? So like,
Oh,
it's
yeah,
a $300 one time.
Right, and
And
then
then-
60 a month. Or,
But per participant is monthly too.
Right.
So that
It's
just
just
is
if you-
adding up. So we have to do good math on that to find out what.
so
number
just
that's
figure
gonna
the
do.
60 is the
14.
minimum.
13.33 something.
Right.
And we don't have
But it's
partial.
per month, so we have to take.
So is the other
times
one.
12.
So is the other one.
What other one?
The 450.
Yeah. it's
That's what
just-
I meant. The 300 is a one thing for the city, done. That's it,
Mhm.
300
That's
one
an
time,
annual.
that's it, annual.
Yes.
But then everything else is per month.
Right, so it's either 450 per participant or
Or-
a minimum of 60. So it could be more than 60, it just depends, but I count of 14.
Either one.
I think we're pretty close to the 14, so. So
That's
yes,
13.33.
Yeah, but the 60 isn't per person, that's
No.
also just a one.
no,
That's total.
that's just,
That's
the-
what
yeah,
I'm
that's a
getting.
minimum fee. So
Yeah.
if you only have 3 people on it, they're still gonna charge you $60.
60,
Yeah, that's.
Correct, that's what I was
yeah.
trying to get at, because
Yeah.
it doesn't make it look like minimum fee per month,
Yes.
like for everybody, like per
Yeah.
person, kind of like that.
They've
This is much
written
better.
this really poorly.
Mhm.
Thank you.
Mhm.
That's kind of what I thought you when I read the first time.
Mhm.
Okay, all right. That makes me feel better.
That they're not requiring a minimum amount to participate, any of those things, or some could possibly say you have to have X amount, so.
Okay.
So yes, there's
So
definitely
the
gonna
thought
be
is
big.
to set it at 3,500.
Or whatever the duck.
30, 16 for single, 32 for family.
Yeah, it says 35 in here, I know.
And always make sure
Yeah,
that
this
that
is-
resets at the
right.
new year
Mhm.
for each individual,
Right.
whether they used it all or
Right.
none of it, obviously, just still
Yeah, we just
resets.
have to decide what, as the city, what you will allow to roll over if you do in addition. So if they have 1,000 left, are you allowing that to roll
Or
over to the
500
next
or whatever
year?
number you want
But
it to be.
in addition to the 32. So you have to decide that.
We decide that, the plan doesn't?
No. No, that's why this is, it's for the deductibles. You
Well, then
can roll over.
let me ask you this then, what
That's what they
if,
told me.
what if every year they don't use it, and all of a sudden we're up to 5,000, we're up to 10,000?
Right, what's the buyout on the end, or?
Right, where does that go? Say they retire, or they quit, or whatever the case may be,
That goes
does
with
it
them.
stick, it goes with them, or it stays with the city?
It can stay with the city.
Okay.
You don't have to roll anything.
Could you write a policy that
Mhm.
how much can,
Right, like a maximum too, so you can roll over, let's just pick the 1,000, that you roll over 1,000, but then next year you roll over another, so all of a sudden you're up to 5,500 or 6,000. Are we gonna cap that too, so that we're not constantly feeding that? And then where does it go? Do the employees get it? Does it stay with the city? I mean, that's detail people need to know.
I don't think I've got those answers.
No, we don't today, not at all, but that's why I'm asking the questions.
Yeah, and I can get in more, I mean, the money stays with them in that card, it's not expiring.
Okay,
So you have to decide what your maximum is, if you roll over and a maximum per person
Sure.
or something.
right.
I know, I know, like the one company I talked to, they roll the entire thing over, whatever they don't use every year.
Yeah.
And that goes into their personal account on their personal card. The city doesn't have anything to do with that.
Yeah, this one, we have the ability to make
Right,
that
I understand you always
decision.
have the ability to
And
do
we-
that,
and we have a
but theirs
card.
kept rolling over, all, whatever they didn't use, or if they used
Sure.
it all. But that was their own card, it's their own personal account, and they have to keep track of it, the city doesn't keep track of it.
Right, but
So-
we're funding it, that's
No, right,
probably the
right.
And
difference,
that's,
yeah.
and I think they funded it too, but they got the savings and having a higher deductible.
Sure.
sometimes that's the difference between the HSA and the HRA.
That's a
which
city
was governed.
savings.
Mhm. So,
All right, we're gonna need more information to,
and I can, well, honestly, we have to make a decision on the deductible, or the,
We have to make a
insurance,
decision.
and you can make that decision, if this is what we
Right.
wanna do, and then this will be the detail we still have to iron out, is
Right.
how this is gonna work. And we got time, it's not gonna go into effect
Yeah.
till January.
But can you explain the HSA?
well, open enrollment.
Can you explain the HSA, because isn't that the same as our flex?
Yeah, so
So we already
basically,
have that.
we do have that, but the thing with that program is that the employee puts the money into that,
Correct.
and then there's a maximum that so if they don't use it, I think they raised it to 660 coming up, but I've lost money before when I've had it, so you don't, sort of roll over the maximum of that. We don't want that, because if somebody doesn't use all that $3,200, that's where we have to decide, well,
Where do we cap it?
Yeah, cap.
So you're talking just the HSA, or you take it?
No,
HRA.
it's a HRA. I just was looking at options, and then they sent me both into one, proposal, so the HRA.
Was a better option than HS.
And talking to them, yes, so, because the employee.
More flexibility.
So you're gonna get rid of the HSA?
No.
Are you gonna keep the flex?
Yeah, if somebody wants to
Contribute to
it, they have.
flex, yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
So we're talking just the HRA?
yes, yeah, we're not
That's
changing
to cover
that.
because if we change to a high deductible,
Right.
this is the coverage that the city's willing to cover for that deductible.
Right.
If they want a flex plan on their own and fund that themselves, they can
Right.
still do that,
Separate accounts.
because that comes out of their own monies and they're
Right,
just,
it's their money.
I'm just trying to get those two straight.
Yeah.
They're kind
I
of
know.
threw them three things out there and talked to.
And we,
That's why I asked the
and
question.
the interesting thing is we have very few people that, since I've been here, that have actually had that, that HSA. I mean, a lot of people.
Yeah, I don't know, we have, I think, 2 or 3 out of our towns.
You only have one that I know of.
I thought there was 2, but they might be down.
No, it doesn't matter, I mean,
Yeah,
it's
right. Yeah,
just not a lot.
It's
And
not a
then
lot,
we've
right.
had dependent care before, but it's not a
it's a tax
great deal.
advantage for the.
Yeah.
Who's running the HSA?
EBC,
Okay,
employee benefits.
Right.
same group.
Yes. I
So
mean,
what
there's
is this-
other programs out there, I just feel that keeping it together, I don't know.
Oh, no,
that's
I was
be
gonna
savings.
suggest that.
Oh, okay, all right.
Yeah.
That's why I asked.
Yeah, okay, good,
Who was controlling that?
yeah.
Or managing that, I
Managing
should say.
it.
So you're gonna show the breakdown of what the city saves by going to the high deductible?
We already have that, we already showed that. It was a spreadsheet we did. About $35,000.
Okay.
Even
And
with
each employee will
that's with-
save,
the
Funding.
That's with
contribution.
funding.
And each employee, family coverage saves about 1,000 out of the annual, because
Right.
their rates go down too, and then the single, I don't know, 600, something like that.
So if you're gonna do this and roll this over and say that, why wouldn't you just roll the deductible then?
That's what the conversation.
Yeah,
we have
that's,
to
I'm just
say.
curious if that's the savings for the city.
Right, but
It is
Right.
today.
today,
What's that?
It is
it is
today.
today,
Well,
right?
and it's not gonna be the same.
And I
condition, we
need
know.
to, yeah, and I get it, I just need to answer the question, like what Jenny is asking, is that if somebody just doesn't go to the doctor and it's 32 this year, 32 next year,
Right.
what is there,
Right.
the limit on how much that person can have in that HRA
Correct.
account?
Right.
So
Correct.
that's the one question I have to, ask, or is there a minimum that we can carry over? Zero, I
Sure.
know we don't have to, but, do we?
Is there a maximum?
Maximum, I'm sorry, a maximum.
Some have a maximum.
yeah.
So
Right.
those are the two questions that I
I don't
Did
want
not
to
get
turn it
answered.
benefited to lose it or use it or lose it either.
Which a lot of them had that,
Yeah,
you
that's-
had.
Well, that's the whole benefit of having an accrue is because the people that don't go to the doctor all the time, at least are getting the
Yeah.
benefit of it.
Right,
You
yep.
know.
so.
But then you have to answer when they leave, do they get to keep
Yeah,
that?
that's
Or does
the
it
question.
stay
That's
with the
their,
city?
that's their benefit that they
It's-
have.
It's
with the
determined
insurance.
each year, so if we roll that over, that is theirs. Now, we could change the policy for a next year that we wouldn't do the rollover, but once it's done, it's
Right.
theirs.
We gotta give
Right.
details
So,
here, yeah.
yeah, so that would be the decision to make on how we would handle that.
Well, before we get down the road that far, we have to make the
How we
decision
do-
that
Yeah.
we're gonna do a high deductible. That would be the first thing we need to
Yeah,
do as a
but at
committee.
least we know
So
we
we
have
can
this option.
Dial in.
Yeah, this will dial in.
Charlie?
Yep,
Tim's got his hand up, I believe.
yep, Tim?
Question, you're the high deductible, how do you intend to handle retirees? We have a number that aren't gonna be eligible in the next couple of years. Right now, their sick leave gets converted into paid sick leave. How is that gonna be handled with your
High deductible.
high deductible and your HRA?
Probably has to come out of it, I would think. 'Cause we
Gotta
can't
figure
fund-
this out. Well, choice comes up October 6th.
I know.
It only goes until October 31st.
Mhm.
This is something that has to be decided soon.
Right, I agree.
I mean, we're already at September 18th, you don't have. Can't kick the can down the road
Yeah.
anymore.
No,
So how do you intend to handle that?
We have to have that
we
as
have,
another
we have to know what the
discussion.
liability of it up front.
And not every person retires in their 50s either, so they can go on Medicare and things like that. So it's a matter of how we have this set up
I
for the
understand
generally the
that,
police
you've got a
department.
number of them with them.
I think really if they're still under the city of Waterloo, and we're using those funds to pay for their health insurance, they're really considered an employee. That would be it, but after that part has rolled over, I mean, it's their decision. We cannot, whatever they do, then that has to be on their own at that point. But while
Right.
we're paying their premium during the time that the sick leave is being paid, so for some people, it's a couple of years, you know, whatever, then I would say that would be a
Right.
benefit, but again, not mine, but after, you know, after that does, and then they go on their own, that's a little different.
So
That would be something I'd have to decide.
what I'm hearing is that retired folks are still employees.
While they have.
While they have funds left
In
in their sick leave.
Yes,
Correct.
yes.
So then it becomes an option to offer them this deductible HRA.
I think if they're still considered
Question.
an employee, we should get it.
I don't know if they're considered an employee yet.
Well,
Well, they're still
For
active.
active for health.
That's what I heard.
The health
Right.
insurance.
Yeah,
So
they're
that-
still considered active.
So
in
that's
that
my
regard.
Because it's
question.
in our policy that we will pay unused sick leave towards their health insurance.
Right, but that's irrelevant to the question.
No, that is the question.
That is
That
the
is the
question.
question.
That's absolutely the question.
No, it's not.
You wanna read
What do
it?
you think the question is then?
My question, which I know is, can we offer that to retired people? Can we offer the HRA to the retired people
Yes.
that are still receiving sick leave benefits?
Right.
So you know this.
So it's a matter of, do we continue to add to that, or does that all come out of sick leave? That's probably the question.
That's probably the question, right, Tim? Is that what you're saying?
Where's the
Well,
3,200
Yeah,
coming
where's
from?
the 3,500 coming from? You know, you're
Yeah.
gonna deduct that from their sick leave?
That's one of the options she's referring to,
Yeah.
or
Right.
the
I would
other
like
way.
to not do that, right, because we're not doing it for the employees, so why would we do it for someone who's still being paid out, they're
We're-
sick?
We're funding the deductible for the current
Yeah,
current
employees.
employees.
For current employees.
The
we're
question
gonna
is,
fund
do you
the deductible.
continue to do that for retirees or make them use the
I
equivalent
would say
of?
yes, if we're still paying them out on their sick leave.
Their retirement, what is the max you can carry over? Because you're good with quick math. What's the max you can carry over? 2,000?
1,080.
Oh, sick time.
Oh,
1,080
Hours,
hours.
so it'd be
that
based on their hourly rate and at that time.
Right.
So that you do that, what your annual, and then you can figure out how many years
And
you
then
have
what's
to pay.
taken out, and then.
Yeah, that's different for
So
everybody.
it's no, we always have to fund retirement anyway, so that would be something we would have to look at. That deductible would go as long as your sick leave goes, and that would have to be funded,
But the
if that's what we want to do.
But the WRS, we're not funding.
The retirement
Once
system,
they're retired.
once they're retired, yeah, that stops, correct.
Yeah,
that-
once
that's nothing
they're,
more goes
yeah,
into
then
it.
So-
once they go off their sick leave's done, all that, they still have the ability to have the state insurance ETF, under whatever, I don't know if it stays the same or not, but then it wouldn't be funded, because then they're on their own for that.
So we'll have to do really two policies for this, current employees, retirees. How do we want that to look? You know, whether we say
It's not
current
much
employees.
different than how we do it now. We already are covering them.
Yes.
They're considered an employee until they exhaust their.
Right, but if
their
If we
hours.
still have the high deductible, and if we still are doing the payment to that, so say 2 years from now, we're not doing the high deductible, and we go back to another way, it didn't make sense, or, you know, insurance changes
Or,
every year.
or in 2 years, we can't afford it, and the decision's made to
Yeah,
not cover the
Right.
retirees.
right,
And then
Yeah,
even
I'm
with
not-
the
I'm not
retirees,
advocating that,
No.
but
right.
that scenario could come up.
if they have the HRA, they have the money and they're not using it, that rolls with them at that point when we make that decision, so that they would have something possibly to keep them going for a little while too, but we just wouldn't contribute after that, because I don't even know who's on the retiree, I don't get the list on that, it's only when they're considered active, and we have one right now, so,
We should know when people are gonna retire, don't we?
Once they announce it,
yeah.
Be nice to know in advance, if people are planning on
Yeah.
leaving at 55 or.
I mean, when you're in between
Right.
65 and
Yeah.
retirement.
we do department heads as 6-month notices all.
Is that a requirement?
That is a requirement of department heads.
Okay.
2 weeks for anybody else.
So
Yeah,
we'll have to work on a couple scenarios
Yeah.
of a
Okay.
plan, and then we'll have to vote on it the next one.
I don't think that's as difficult as we
Correct.
are thinking it's
Correct.
gonna be.
Right,
But
No,
what I didn't know if it was possible, that's
Yes.
was my
As long as-
question.
Yes.
As long as it's possible, they could,
it is.
I would be inclined to do that if it was possible.
yep,
That was the question.
okay.
So do we need it, we don't need any action on that other than
We have to make an action on whether we're gonna go to a high deductible plan to begin with, and then we can dial in these other numbers with the specifics.
right, but this was the topic.
Yeah, and as long as everybody's
So we're gonna
aware
make it
that we're
not-
going to.
It's all part of the budget, so.
Yeah.
Right, but we're not gonna do an action on that tonight.
Not on this, but we have
Not
to
on
decide
this.
whether we're gonna
Right,
go to a high deductible plan or.
I was just following the agenda.
Yep,
that's part of the overall budget.
Yeah, I just have
conversation.
to
We have to narrow some of these down.
Change our
Yes, we have
plan
to
and do
start
a lot
narrowing
of
down.
things because it's coming up,
Yeah.
so
Yep.
I have to do that.
so,
And I, regardless of me signing up for the HRA, just we have to determine how we're going to do
Right.
it.
And we can get that figured out.
Okay.
Yeah.
okay, so I will make a motion that we commit to going to a high deductible healthcare plan with the details on the HRA, HSA to be determined at a later date.
I will second that motion.
So this is an action item for the budget.
Each
So are we approving this, but for sure we're knowing that we're gonna be able to do the HRA at the deductible amount? There's no
Yeah.
question that that is
It's just a
happening.
matter of working out the,
The-
The details in a policy for the HR.
but they are going to,
Right.
yeah, I'm signing up for it, so.
That's the intent.
So,
Correct.
yeah.
Okay, so I have a motion from Poole, second from Wired. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. So now we can get some details on that, at least we can start dialing in. I think we've been baking in sort of those numbers into the budgets
Right.
that you're seeing already,
Yeah.
anticipating that that's the way we were gonna go.
I know, I shut up.
Okay. We have some budget submittals that we probably could walk through and finalize. Cable is usually one that comes across our desk. We usually don't make any actions on that because there's no contributions on our side, so,
And she turned that in real early. too.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so they're self-supporting, so we could approve their budget with a motion.
Wire will move to approve the cable board budget. They don't care.
How's that second?
Motion by Wired, second by Haslide to approve the submitted cable budget. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carried. Next is CDA. CDA had their meeting on Tuesday and do not have any changes, but we did alter a repair line item. It's usually repairs come because of the CDA's involvement with the old library down here, where the food pantry is and stuff, and if there's repairs, we usually, if we have fund balance, we usually cover those there, so basically it's an in and out entry on the books, but as far as their contribution from the budget, that remains the same as last year. So I will make a motion to accept the CDA budget with those parameters.
Wait, will second.
Motion made Cool, second by Wire, to accept the CDA budget. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carried. Where else can we go here? Got a hand up, go ahead.
Tim?
Just to return back to the insurance question, was there ever a decision made on opt-out on what that?
Yes,
going to
Yeah, we
freeze?
froze that last time.
we froze it already.
Okay, that has been frozen
Uh-huh.
It's
already?
been frozen, yep.
At the
existing
25
one.
level, at the 25 rate.
Yep. 25 rate.
Thank you.
Okay. Police operations, anyone have any discussion on police operations? We went through that. We did have one action item on there. Does anybody see anything else? Or can we put that to rest?
And which one are you, the police?
Police operations.
I have noted that you deferred or
Oh, the salary.
salary for
Sasha.
the, yeah.
Yes, for the
So
secretary.
that's the note I have. is
We
that
have
one.
not firmed that up, yes.
Otherwise, it's, as it stands, it's at 2%.
And
We
that
did
number
not
was
motion
correct, so,
the
you know,
4.5% increase.
That number
that,
was correct.
Which one?
I'm sorry.
we did motion the secretary administrative position to have the 4.5% increase. It was just at 2%, so we can accept it as is, or we can motion or discuss that position. That would be probably the only change that I can see. That would be,
I'll make a motion to accept it at the 4.5%.
that would be the secretary's position to match the already motion.
Ask was the 4.5%.
Hold on, I gotta get
This
into it.
is approved.
Trying to get
Let's go back, please. Hang on one second
You
here.
got like back out completely.
Yeah,
That would be the-
printed back, please. That's okay. So just clarify what this is.
Waiting to see if there,
Yeah, so it's this plus we included 2,000. for
so the chief and the lieutenant position,
Yeah.
we've already actioned at 4.5% increase to match what the increase for the union to maintain separation. So is your motion starting at the administrative assistant to match
Yes.
the two, the chief and lieutenants
At 4%.
at 4.5%?
4.5%.
Okay, a motion?
Did I read the motion?
I think you did.
You did.
Yeah. So just for reference, not every year is the 4% gonna be in the police union contract. It does change.
I will second that motion.
Motion by Haslett, seconded by Wire, to fund the chief, lieutenant, and administrative assistant at 4.5% based on the negotiated union rate for 2026. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. So that's another action. Now we can go to the,
Good point of
Yep,
reference, so
point of
in the
reference.
note, it says 4.5%,
yep,
but we just said 4.
4 point, no,
She said
4.5.
Did she not say,
Four,
four?
yeah.
Okay, I'm sorry, that's why I just wanted to make sure, and thank you.
And just so you know that if you're going to approve any, or the rest of it, is that there will be some change in
Absolutely.
the retirement.
Yep,
Yep,
all
for
that.
sure.
Retirement.
Understood.
All the numbers
Yeah, I
have
just
to
want to
be
make sure that,
Yeah.
I'll fix it, but
Yeah,
Understood.
I think that goes without saying.
yeah.
Yep.
It'd be pretty slight though.
It won't be a lot, but I just
yeah,
figured I'd say
that's,
something.
So,
yeah, that's fine. So then the police is done.
no, we have not.
Oh.
We've only did action on
Okay.
those 2 specific line items. Now we could
Did we have any?
we could have a motion to do the whole thing, or we could question anything else in that operating budget if you
I
want.
thought that was the only thing, that's the only thing I had on my notes that we questioned.
That's the only thing I know that we discussed
Yeah.
before, was just those
Yeah, I didn't have
particulars.
anything else.
The rest seem pretty flat.
Yeah.
Okay, so,
If not all.
Dennis always has it buttoned up pretty
He
well.
does.
yep, that being said, I will make a motion to accept the PD operation budget with the noted line item changes that have already been approved.
Wait, we'll second.
Motion from Cool, second from Wire, to accept the PD operations with changes noted. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carried. I guess. Where else can we go? DPW has presented already. Do we want to look at that? Does anyone have any questions on DPW operations?
The only questions you guys had the last time was on-call wages and
Yep.
park
Yes.
wages.
Did we, I don't
What was
think
our
we figured that
question
out.
on that after too?
Handbooks, there's 2 different things.
The handbook only states
The
the.
holidays.
No, and it says May through,
Was it
September, holidays.
It was Labor Day, Memorial Day,
Memorial
Labor Day,
Day,
only
Labor
handbook
Day,
says.
yeah, not just the
other-
holidays, I mean.
Right,
yeah,
I'm
that-
sorry, I meant those two,
Yeah.
made a. But so it isn't needed year-round?
Well, so the one handbook says from
Handbook.
Memorial Day to Labor Day, and the other one says that there was no paid on call, so that, I'm assuming was the first one. So what I was gonna present to the Public Works Committee next meeting was to do paid on call from our 10-hour days. Start at 10.
How does that affect your budget then?
$14,000 less, 30%.
It goes from 26 weeks to, or from 52 weeks to 26 weeks.
So half,
But
7
you're
or 8.
paying Friday, Saturday, and Sundays, so you're actually about,
Well, Fridays we're not talking about.
okay, so
And
Saturday.
we'll work 5 days if that's the case.
Okay.
Yeah, yep.
Okay, so it's 26 weeks, so it's half of what Lana had figured at 10,000, the 52, for the 52 weeks.
Down further. Yeah, it's 5327126, and it's on page 12. If you're looking at it, well, I don't know if you're on the one, but it's.
Oh, I do have that.
It's out of
Yeah.
play, it's out of place, but.
Yeah. It says
Garage and shed wages
That's why I
on
heard
call.
that. I
I'll-
do have it highlighted.
I will fix that. I don't know why it says that, but I will fix that.
Because we
So
only
just
care
quick
about
math,
the
it goes
garage.
from that 10,000 number down to like a 5,500, 50, I don't know the exact, Lana, how did you figure out just the employee's wages, right, and multiply by hours, so it comes to like $5,366.40, so that cuts that number in half.
But then there's also Social Security.
Yeah.
It'll reduce that.
But I just gotta ask, why do we even have that time frame? We don't care in the winter? I guess
If
I
I
don't
remember right,
understand
when they went from, we were on call all winter long, and that's when it was, or all year round. But that was just like Gary telling one of us, we had it on his call schedule, we weren't getting paid to be on call.
Okay,
Then we went to the summers, because typically everybody wants to be gone in the summer and weekends, and when we wanted,
okay.
Gary wanted coverages, and, you know, some of you guys being on call, and then a couple years down the road, they're looking for budget cuts, and they cut it. So now last handful, number of years,
Mhm.
we've been voluntarily being back on call again. And I just think that one day we're gonna get stuck, because I mean, you
Because this is more of a job requirement versus just a request.
know, yes,
Okay. And it's been in the handbook, so.
it's in the
Then we'll
handbook.
have to monitor it if it seems like that's silly and it needs to be longer. Because to me, you'd think you'd want more on call in the winter just from a snow, but you guys get called in if it's gonna snow anyway. right?
Yeah, and
I mean,
you're-
it's not like a choice.
You're adjusting your working hours.
Yeah,
Just wait for that.
typically I adjust, yeah. So that's whether say if it's gonna quit at midnight, hey, let's start at 1, work until 9.
And then you leave earlier.
Then we leave, we got our 8 hours in.
Yep.
So,
Kind of vacation less in the winter.
Mhm.
yeah, and
For some people.
Sure, that makes sense.
So we don't-
Okay,
typically none of us are really doing anything in the winter time. I usually go away for a week, and at the end of February, I get sick of plowing snow, and Ryan takes a vacation. Chris and Travis typically don't in the winter time. But I mean, like, Dodge County Fair this year, all 4 of us were there, you know. If nothing happened, you know, I watched the weather, I wouldn't have went up there if I was worried about the weather, but you never know. I mean, it's just,
So in that
it's
instance,
an insurance that somebody is gonna be available if something happens.
sure. Okay.
so is there, I mean, they have to stay in the area, or?
I think the
mean,
handbook
not
reads a
everybody-
half an hour.
I thought it said 30 minutes, yeah.
Within 30 minutes.
So I mean, if you wanna go to Menards or Watertown in the morning, just, hey,
Yeah.
you gotta do your stuff, and you go back to work, or go back to our room. I mean, like when the mayor called me a couple weeks ago,
Yeah.
I was gonna be with him, like, well, I know exactly what it is, it's not gonna hurt anything, I'll go take care of it when I get back, and it took me like 45 minutes to get back and take care of it.
Mhm.
But still, you had to commit to make
He
making
had
a
to-
trip back, so I
Yeah.
understand that. That's like being in a call.
Yeah.
You know, and I know the other guys were gone, so it's like, well, I'm not gonna waste their time, I'm gonna be with him, I know what it is.
Fair enough.
So Lana can adjust those numbers to the,
With a motion,
yeah.
And then we'll come up with a policy for the first.
Say that again?
You say, well, we have to come up with a policy or something, with either Public Works or
Yeah,
department heads to change the handbook
yeah.
to reflect
Yep.
10 hour days. Okay.
That seems like a constant,
Yep.
fixing broke stuff.
I guess I don't
It-
understand. What do you
it
mean by
is.
10-hour days? I'm sorry.
We start our 10 hour days in the beginning of April, or
Yeah.
beginning of May,
Yeah.
and go until the last shipping week. So some weeks, you know,
the on-call
It's in
section,
that.
the on-call section
Falls in that.
conflicts with that.
Got it.
So,
aligns with, you know, it's just
Sure.
a couple of
I'm with
weeks
you. Now I
earlier, a couple
understand.
weeks later.
Yep. All right, so note that we have to fix that in the handbook as well. That'll be a resolution.
You want a motion to adjust the budget to reflect that?
Yep.
Hourly wage.
yeah,
Absent, I mean,
absent, he's
Approving
thinking it's
it.
half of that amount, so.
well, right, but it's probably 2/3 with the fringes on top of it.
Would it?
They got retirement on that and they got social security on that.
It
I don't know how that part
I
of the
mean,
payroll
half for
works.
that, and it will change minute for the other things, because we're only talking $5,000, so, but yes, it will adjust it some,
But there's just other rows that need adjusting.
yeah.
Yeah.
As long as we
All of that.
approve the concept, kind of all the ramifications, what the
Yep.
numbers come in is what we'll deal with.
Might be 7.
I would say that's probably close enough.
It's
Yeah, they're already doing it,
summer
so.
hours.
Right, should be paid for it.
Got it. Okay.
Any other changes on that, otherwise I will entertain a motion.
Were you gonna keep the parks wages the way I presented them? Three
Yeah,
employees at,
15.
3 employees at $17.97 for the year, at $15 an hour. So a total of $26,995, which is about a $7,000 upper.
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know what else you can do about
Okay,
that.
Jeff in here and back to work.
You got, yeah, you got different options.
Okay.
I'm willing to listen to them.
Well, if the $600 isn't set in stone, the top end limit, if you had two that wanted to work more, I mean, you could float that around if you needed to, but do you want to just set a dollar amount? And then
Not to
if
exceed.
you got, yeah, total dollar amount
Because what was
for
the,
LTE,
what was the change that we're not locked into that $599?
I think they changed it to $1,200 they can work, but
before we have to pay
before we have to
benefits.
pay benefits, which, that's fine,
$1,600.
$1,200, then you're talking $50,000.
Right, and that's gonna blow their retirement, they're under kind
We're
of
just
dollar amount.
approving a
I know.
dollar amount, he
The-
can adjust.
The problem
Who
is,
works when, right?
yeah,
But did you want to bolster that a little bit? But if you got three at 600, is that $1,800 enough to get the work done?
Or two people and it gives them more money per hour, but still keeps it within that budget. That's.
That's
Chad
what I
can
was, that's
decide.
what I was driving at.
Yeah,
If you go to $1,800, it's $27,000, or if you go to $28,000 or $29,000, I mean, we've been upping it, I mean, we started a couple of years ago, we started at 10,000, we went to 12, we went
Right.
to 15, now we're up to
Right.
20, we've been at 20 for a couple of years, and last year I went over by almost 3,000, so that's why I said, well, we can bring it up some more.
but
At that time, I didn't
that's,
know we
that,
could work over $600.
yeah. You actually need to fund more positions to get the work done,
Correct.
rather than giving raises out and still being limited on the number of
Right.
hours you can do.
I didn't,
But you got less of a limit, you got double the limit.
Yeah,
right.
as long as the people.
If they wanted to work that, right, then, I mean, this crew isn't that, but maybe the next crew is.
yeah, I didn't factor in the 2%, it was the $15 an hour that they've been getting paid for the last 3 or 4 years. And they haven't said anything about it, so I'm like, well, I know budget's tight and all, but I also need to get work done, because the DPW can't be up there all the time. And we've already spent, you know, I guarantee we'll spend over $500 up there again this year, so we're
Yep.
running consecutive average over the last 10.
Right.
Still more dead trees.
But if you can't get people to work,
Well, that's, you know, I mean,
what's the value in it?
people, again, with that statement, people aren't knocking down the door to mow their lawn for $15 an hour either.
Right.
Boy, if a fella could retire.
That's the jet.
Yeah. Counting the days. But I don't know if I would go mow lawn. Probably be in my kids' place. For free.
Working, yeah,
For free.
exactly.
That's a self-inflicted.
Time free. All right, so the DPW stays the same there?
I'm fine with that
Okay.
if that's a workable solution to
If it is.
make it happen.
I guess we can see how it works
Right.
next year, and at this time next year, we'll have to reevaluate it.
Yeah, you should, maybe try to keep track of your street crew hours at the park, just to see.
I do.
Okay,
Oh, that's in his report every month.
Probably should have that budget time, and we'll tally it, so we
I
can.
mean, I can tally it up tomorrow and tell you where we're at here today.
You could
Don't
report
we
that
have it
back
in the
when
packet
we're
right
there.
now?
Monday. No, you just got a month, you just got for the month.
Yeah, month, to tally it for
Oh,
a year.
I told you to do that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
It's very simple.
I think it
you
was.
could just, you could email it to us, it'd be great to see.
Yeah,
yeah, I can let you know where we're at.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, all right. Anybody have anything else on that? Otherwise, I can entertain a motion for that one too.
Where we move to approve.
How's that a second?
Motion by Wired, second by Haslett, to approve the DPW budget. All those in favor, operating budget, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
That carries. All right, do we want to have the fire
Yes.
Chad? What's that?
Well, the mayor's all lumped in with the whole city 100 thing, it's really not that
Oh.
big a deal.
No, but if you look at my view, you got your own.
Oh.
If you want to do the mayors, we can do mayors quick.
The little guy.
I
don't
know,
have a
but
whole
What's that actually
So,
called?
it was $1,000, but she claims that that was inaccurate for mileage.
Well, I mean, you can drop it 100 if you'd like, it's really not that big a deal. Figure out where it comes.
I mean, it's required, so who cares?
Yes, I mean, these are meetings that I have twice a month in Jefferson.
You don't use it?
Mayor budget.
Yeah, if I don't use it, it rolls back.
It's just an easy one to do.
What's clerk's office? Did you have a line item for mileage as well?
Yeah. Oh, for them, yeah, they do.
I can get there, I gotta stretch this.
You're over?
It's 5140.
They've got a lot more.
151.
Right, you've been going to training, which I'm okay with
Mayor,
Start
that's,
at 110.
yeah, so prior was 600, current is 543, and I still got September, October, November, December, so I got how many months at?
that. What do you spend per month? Let's see.
It's 82 miles times 7 cents.
And then you know what the mileage was.
Because I go there all the time, it's 42 miles in a round trip.
It's like $34.
You pay both ways?
That's round trip, 42. I go there twice a month.
I'm kidding.
Can't take Gabe's truck?
If it's around.
True.
It's clean.
So that's a $900 increase.
If she's doing her math right.
Why is it a 900 a dollar? Why is
Because
that
it
900?
was 100.
No, it's 1,000, current budget,
It
oh,
was
that's
100.
meetings, where am I, mileage? Why, yeah, why was it ever at 100, I have no idea. That means, absolutely, I've never been at 100, I don't think I even noticed I was ever there.
Maybe prior mayors didn't travel much.
No, they didn't, but since 19 I have, because I was at 100.
So it's a little over 900 overall budget.
Increase from last year.
That's what I understood. I mean, looks like it's being used.
Well, I will make a motion to approve the mayor's budget then.
Yeah, because I still got another 235 on top of the 598, so, provided there's no other meetings.
Where goes second?
Motion by Cool, second by Wired to accept the mayor's budget. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion carried.
And now fire.
Now fire. Alrighty. So, Chad, do you wanna speak on the comment? I know Lana and you met, did you get all your questions answered on some of the line items that you have?
Yeah, I mean, most of them that we had questions on for the current budget, yes. I think we ironed pretty much all those out.
Okay.
of Where stuff was and where it needed to be.
The town shares that are listed, their revenue, they will be different, or they should be different this year, but I won't have Jefferson County's till Monday, and,
Jefferson County or Dodge?
or Dodge.
Oh, okay.
Monday, Dodge I should have this week as
Okay.
far as for the equalized value and they determine all that, so, then I can do the calculation, so, but it won't be less.
Just making sure that you get in for, at Milford and town of Waterloo for Jefferson, and then Shields and Portland for
Yes.
Dodge, yeah.
Yep, and I'll make sure I share that stuff with you when I get that, so you can see the calculation, how it's done, and then see what they provided with me.
Yeah, 'cause I
Make
was
sure we're on the
talking-
same page.
I was talking to the town of Portland today, and she just wanted to make sure that it was the equalized value, not the assessed value.
Yep, 100%. But yeah, I'll get you all that. So, just so you know, there'll be some adjustments there.
Okay, so there was, the first one was going down the line here, sales of material and supplies. Yes, we're gonna remove, is that staying, or do we have to make a motion to remove that? Are you flattening that?
What line, Charlie?
That is 4612.
46120000.
Yeah, I don't know why it's there, yeah.
Of sales of mats and supplies, yeah.
Materials and stuff.
I have made,
I mean,
you
to
guys
me-
have noticed that there's less blank lines going on here, so I
We'll
think.
continue to remove that.
Yeah.
But if we're selling stuff, it goes into the one other account. Who
It
cares
goes-
if it's a
yeah.
material
And we
or it's a
discussed that.
vehicle, I mean,
Yeah.
Doesn't look like it's been used for
No.
a while, so
One-
I'll remove
one
that
more confusing thing.
or hide it.
And even with the ARPA, aren't we done with that line too?
Yeah, I mean, obviously I don't delete any of these, so I
Right,
can
you
just
just hide 'em.
I can just hide it,
Yeah.
because yeah, at this point,
We don't need any action to
no,
hide them, right?
no.
You can just hide them if we don't have them.
Because they're still technically there.
Yeah,
It's just-
yeah, I can,
If something comes up, you can reactivate it. I mean, the grants and all that, you never know, leave it. Doesn't hurt anything. It's
Well-
also a reminder that, hey, you did it?
in
Hopefully
the EMS
ARPA never
grants, we
comes
cannot
back.
Yeah,
use
it'd be nice.
revenue. Correct.
Right, that's
The
right.
EMS grants, that we can't show any of that information, isn't that what changed?
Yes,
That we,
like the,
FAFSA or whatever that is.
the FAT money.
okay,
But that still does come into play because
yeah.
You can buy stuff with
you can
it.
still offset.
Yes, it just can't affect the budget.
Correct.
We can use that to purchase certain things.
Right.
Yeah.
And do you earmark that for something? I mean, years ago, it's always for like training for like,
There's a portion of it that has to be used for training, and there's a portion of it that has to be used for equipment. So it's a percentage, and I can't tell you exactly what percentage it is right now, but they line it all out of what it's supposed to be used for.
And I thought Wes did talk about that last month,
He
the
did.
last budget
Yeah.
cycle too.
And I
Yeah.
did split it up, so it made it
Yep.
easier that we have training and,
usually it's like, we got refreshers coming up or something
Yeah.
next year.
Yeah, it's like half and half, so
Yeah.
tuition is continuing, and the other one's for replacement of equipment or upgrading of equipment.
Okay.
I don't think you can use it for like maintenance or service contracts, so I'd have to double check with the,
Yeah.
I wouldn't think so, I mean, I wouldn't think that sounds like it, so.
You can buy new, which you can't maintain.
With service contracts being the money that they are, I think you'd be able to.
Right.
because,
Right.
Man, that's not cheap either.
Okay.
we would maybe go up a little bit on the interest income. I went from 35 to 4, but unless you want to just leave it there.
The
Go
revenue
to
side.
45. That's 4810.
Fed just dropped the rate 0.25%.
Right. Yeah, we might as well.
Just leave it, that's fine.
Yeah, who knows what it's gonna do. Maybe we make more money, yippee.
Okay.
Now it says sale of fire department property. Is that what we did from the equipment? Isn't that the line item that we've been dealing with? Okay.
Donations,
Just in general?
that was the members account, that's what's in there, or do we know what's in there?
that was the question I had.
Yeah, no, this is separate. This is the city donation, and then there's a members account that's completely separate. It's not in here at all.
Didn't we still
That's what I was
have
gonna talk about.
conversations, like, I'm still on our task list,
Yeah.
to figure out the whole, we have 3 accounts.
And
for
we
donation.
did talk about that, so we have to have a conversation on how to handle it, because like I said, I don't know where to put, like something, and
Right.
I just want to make it
Some
simplified.
is made out to the city, which
Yeah.
goes into your account, some is made out to supporters, goes in a completely separate account.
Yeah, so we just have to figure
Then
it
you have a
out.
members account, which is something else.
Right.
I just want to make sure it gets in the right account that we
Yeah.
make the most interest on.
Right,
Correct.
exactly.
So we'll have to get to the
Free
bottom
money.
of that. I mean, we can't just keep going year after year after this one. We have got to figure that one out.
Ain't none of it free.
Okay, that is a priority. We must figure that out. Okay,
Okay,
so we're not, obviously.
that pretty much takes care of the revenue side. Officers' wages. And I think we're gonna probably bring all the wages discussions all together. We can, once again, like I made the comment to you, I think that's a null thing until we
Right.
negotiate the contract and finalize those numbers. We've been advised not to, we've been advised status quo until that's rectified, so I don't like it. I think it's unfair coupling them together, but I also understand that it has to be that way.
Yeah, and it's not our decision. We don't get a choice in that matter.
Yeah.
As long as the members know.
Because anything we would say, like if your officers wanted a 4% raise, it could be thrown back at us, well, you gave them guys
Right, 4%.
so much, so
They get 4%.
I think we just don't even talk about it at this point, unfortunately. Doesn't help you guys at all, I know, but
If we can, yeah, I mean, it's definitely, should be discussed when we meet, like, try to figure it out from there. Because we're in competition with
yeah.
other agencies that are paying almost double what we get checked with.
For the officer pay?
On-call pay, officer
Oh,
pay,
okay. I wasn't sure what part we were talking about.
every aspect, yeah. And a lot of them, on the, like, the fire wages, we get a $20 stipend where most departments now are paying per hour.
During the call,
Yeah,
yeah,
$15 per hour,
yeah.
where we get $20. You show up for the call and you go on the call, it's $20 instead of $15 an hour, so.
And I think we have,
We don't have a lot of fires, so that's pretty easy to kind of do some simple math on.
It's not just fires. It's whenever the engines roll out. You're talking 150, 200 calls for fire. Any hazmat, car accident, fires, weather-related incidences, EMS assists, anything like that. Odor investigations. I mean, there's a whole number of them that you can go down to.
Definitely have to dig into that.
but yeah, we should probably start quantifying some of that. I mean, whether we can fund it all or not is the question, but depending on when we come to terms on a contract, there may be retroactive stuff that goes into that, maybe not, we don't know, but
Well, not for this
mid-year,
year.
you can't exactly go to a township and say, budget's been set for 6 months, but now we need this extra money.
Yeah, and I think
Come up with it, so.
that's definitely a discussion that we're gonna have, since the contract's not going to be ratified probably by the time that budgets need to be set.
Right.
You got 2 months, maybe.
Ain't gonna happen.
Jerry
Some
hasn't set a
miracle
date
maybe.
yet.
Just by the
We have-
time we have to publish the
Yeah.
budget.
Yeah.
They,
You might have 6
they need to
weeks.
have some number to put in there, you guys need some number to put in there, we need something,
Yeah.
so.
And I think at that point, it's being pushed off to the point where we're probably gonna have a substantial amount of money that we've talked, we may need to do a referendum to determine, let the public determine the level of what they may wanna spend. Because you have some big ticket items that are coming up in capital too
Yep.
that,
We need to talk about that.
that's putting pressure on future years too,
Right.
that we're anticipating for how much we can. It doesn't hit our levy limit when we go out to borrow, but
Right.
you can't just keep hammering the taxpayers for,
We still have to be within limitations. of
yeah,
that.
there's still limitations.
Yeah, and it's gonna keep compounding
Yep.
because
Nothing gets cheaper.
nothing gets
Yeah.
cheaper and.
It's the trend. I
service.
mean, every election, we see more referendums regarding
Is that-
emergency services and spending, whether it's fire stations or personnel or,
That's gonna be a whole nother discussion.
it is, it is.
Five years ago, an engine would have cost $450,000, now it's $1 million
Yep.
Double in 5 years
in 5
or
years.
more.
And unfortunately, a lot of communities are gonna start pushing. They're gonna
Yeah.
push them out.
And we're stretching out as much as we can, and that's just everything else has gone up just the same.
Yeah,
Even maintenance
Equipment.
parts.
Yeah, equipment, we could, with like the whole air pack discussion, we can push ours off a little bit, but we're definitely gonna need tanks. They're at end of
Well,
life.
that's a conversation.
yeah, I think
That's
tanks
something that
make
we can-
sense, but does it make sense to start knowing that, how many packs do we have?
What's
30?
that?
How many packs are there? 25, 30?
Yeah, well, 30,
I mean, does it make more sense to ration it at like 6 a year and try to break it off in clips?
the problem is, the packs that we have are so old, you're gonna have two types of functioning air packs.
Right.
So, the people that wear them have to be trained on one air pack, and it's just, I don't believe it's 100% safe to have two different air packs where they could get confused
Yep.
because they operate different. That's the problem there.
Yep.
But the tanks will only get you so far before you don't have a choice but to replace them.
15 years.
But the tanks will give you another 15 years? Or that's the life of the,
Will you get a new tank with a,
You get a brand new tank with a air pack.
yeah.
Our packs are coming up on 15 years old,
Okay.
where they're usually recommended to get replaced. We could probably stretch it out, but our tanks, we cannot use them past 15 years. They're to be discarded.
discarded, yeah, the hydro testing and after
This
so many
isn't
years.
an item we can try and find a grant for, some safety. I'm
I
sure
know you guys look for it and I.
We can
do
try
too.
looking for it.
Yeah.
As far as like the total replacement, yeah, we can try to look into like the safer grant. Something like that, we can put in for it, but, you know,
Right.
banking on it's gonna be awful difficult.
Well, didn't we get one for it before? We did turnout and
That's
SCD,
at
or was just turnout?
75,000, wasn't that for the chassis? Wasn't that the
No,
safe
no,
grant? What was that?
I thought we got
grant?
some for turnout like a couple decades ago. When it
Yeah.
first started, we got turnout for it.
Couple decades.
And that was,
It's been a program that's been around for a while.
it's been all of that,
Yeah.
probably, a good 15 years.
Well,
Yeah. That was way before they put the end date on our turnout year of 10 years.
okay, well, we're not gonna solve any questions here. I think we're starting to dive into some of this stuff. Some of these numbers don't look so bad on your budget. I think you're doing a good job down there. We just have to come to a conclusion of how we're gonna handle some of these other things, especially capital. I think Lana's not gonna be here next week, but what does it look like? Do you wanna get together just to have a conversation just about
We can.
some of these things
Yeah.
and expand
Yeah.
on them a little bit more?
Was Monday gonna work for you?
She's gone.
Yeah, I thought I left Tuesday morning, I leave Monday night at
Okay.
7, so I'd like to be there, but I understand.
Yeah,
Well, but at least we can at least have a conversation of a plan forward. It's not like we're gonna crunch numbers for a loan or anything.
Right.
But I
Or
think
not,
we
but-
need to look at the whole picture of capital.
yeah.
Do you wanna get together next week?
I'm okay still getting together Monday. We can continue this conversation then. It'd be
Okay.
better if we were all on the same page,
Yeah.
looking out 5 years and whether we're gonna have to start looking at referendums, or if we think when the townships come in, we present a package and say, what is this gonna do to you, you know?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, can we afford to keep covering the townships? That's the next question, you know?
Right.
You want to, but
Well, we have to figure out that, but if we, quite honestly, looking at the budget, if we don't cover them, the expense is still gonna be the same. Still gotta have the same coverage,
for just the town, you know?
just for the city.
Yeah.
So they're essentially supplementing the city's budget. That's basically revenue that we're working on to bring in, is the town shares.
All right.
It's getting late, so do you want to meet on
You
Monday?
guys okay doing Monday?
I can do Monday.
5:30,
Here, station, where?
don't matter to me.
Let's just do it here then,
Okay.
5:30.
Just to straighten some of this out.
Yeah.
Talk about the rest of his budget
Equipment.
and talk about capital.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because we have the capital numbers now, I think,
Yep.
today, so I haven't had a chance to look at this, but I think over
Lon
the
and I just
weekend.
kind of fine tuned it a little bit.
Yep, I want to look through this so we can kind of get a head start on that, so it's
Maybe
another
it's-
work day, basically.
And I gave you
You wanna
some
do it?
You good?
recommendations, so.
Monday?
You want to do it at
It'll probably be
5:30?
the only time we'll meet next week until Lana's back the following, and then we'll.
Yeah.
So I'd like to suggest on the budget, or excuse me, on that agenda for Monday then at 5:30, that it's fire, and we should also talk about parks because it's to do with capital.
We will have a general budget that
Okay.
we can get.
So Gabe
It'll
wanted to be here.
have to be posted, yeah.
Yeah.
We'll see if we can come in. We'll have a general discussion about the.
So Monday should be just general budget discussion, or
Again,
am I
yeah.
missing anybody? I'm sorry?
Yeah, I don't know if you have to define it. We're gonna probably
Just want
hit a bunch
general?
of different things, but it'll be just general.
Okay.
Capital, because it'll be roads and everything else too.
I
so.
don't believe we have a need for any, that I'm aware of right now, any closed sessions in there, but
Because we're not talking wages or anything.
we're not talking wages or anything.
Okay. Yeah.
Thank you.
Do you want to schedule anything out further?
When she's back, we're probably definitely gonna have to have a discussion again to finalize some of the stuff.
All right, I'll just screenshot you my
That works.
calendar.
We can do that via email too.
I
Yeah.
can make anything work, so this time.
Following week. yeah.
Well,
Well, the second is another council meeting.
When you get numbers back
I
on,
can almost read it.
if you get numbers back
Lots of
on
mark.
this stuff, as soon as you
Yes,
get it back.
I'll make some calls tomorrow, Monday, I'll have all
See
that.
if we can get that.
Yeah.
Okay, and we could talk about
I'll
this
be
too.
around tomorrow.
Yeah,
should have some answers on that then, yeah.
yeah, I'll definitely make sure before I leave that that's.
All right.
taken care
Okay.
That's all I got. I'll entertain a motion to adjourn here.
Where we move to adjourn.
of. How's that one?
Motion by Wyatt, second by Haslett to adjourn. All those in favor say aye. Aye. We are adjourned. Thank you.
Ready? All right, call the council to order. I pledge
allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
roll call.
Cummings here.
Cool here.
Griffin here. Thomas here.
Where here?
And Austin is at home with a brand new baby.
Yay.
Yay, Austin.
Congratulations.
Congratulations.
Hope he's watching.
Hope he's watching, I'm sure.
That's the first thing he'll do.
Yes, oh, can I please watch?
Absolutely.
All right, approval of meeting minutes from September 4th. Are there any additions or corrections?
Cummings will make that motion to approve the meeting minutes from September 4th.
Cool second.
Motion by Cummings, second by Charlie Cool to approve the meeting minutes. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Citizen input, you're all on the agenda, so we're good. Meeting minute summary since last council, cable was canceled, and I think that's probably going to be canceled for a while. CDA, Charlie?
We discussed the budget. Did we get into anything else?
I just gave you a presentation on tips and
Yeah, I
different
think, yeah,
projects.
we talked about the budget and upcoming items that are,
Yeah,
Possibly
the SAC
happen.
grant, that'll be, we'll have to do that next month.
yeah. But mostly that budget was
finance. Charlie?
In finance, most everything that was on our agenda is on our agenda here in front of council, and we had discussions regarding 2026 budget, which is still ongoing.
All right, thank you. Consent agenda items are in your packet. If there are any questions for anyone, otherwise it is just a formal approval. And then Chad's little run-on thing, isn't this just a spreadsheet that you do? I think we've had this conversation. But you just don't keep it as a running one, you just change the numbers each time. These are your hours and all that, we were talking about a budget.
Yeah, it's just monthly.
Yeah,
It doesn't, I gotta manually tally it up at the end of the week.
okay.
We
sounds
need
good.
another column for year-to-date.
Right, that's what I mentioned before. We can help you create that.
It's math in
Math.
Cummings will make that motion to approve the consent agenda items.
Wait a second.
Which one? Wait,
Ron can take it.
who took it?
Ron, that's.
Ron did, okay, you'll set it at the same time.
Yeah.
Motion by Cummings, second by Griffin to approve the consent agenda items. All in favor?
All right.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. New business, so this is, for 333 Portland Road. So we have two items that we're working on. So, 333, as you probably all remember, is one very large parcel. So we've got a plan to split it in half. So there's basically an east side and a west side. East side coming off of the highway, which is which is Tom Yohn's. And he is sick. He called today. He's not feeling well, otherwise he would have been here. So his agreement is the same as Evan's, who is on the other half. So Tom Yohn is planning to do an auction house. He's got quite the drawing, quite the plan. We already have in process, I think next week, to have it officially split and resurveyed, because it's a really goofy layout anyway. It goes even into the park. It's very strange. So that is getting split in half because he only wants half of it. And Evan, who is here, and I'll let him speak if he would like to, he is on the other half, which is the entrance, which we're calling on the west side, off of Hendrick Street. And he's got plans to do housing in there. So we've been working back and forth, coming up with ideas and plans, and Mitch is involved, Chad's been involved. Conversations are ongoing, but it's just no different than we've done before with other people, having this freeze agreement in place, just so that they've got the confidence that we're not gonna sell it or move it to anybody else. So there will be a lot more to come, but this is just a formality for them. So the first agreement is Tom Yohn's, and it says really the exact same thing as Evans, it's just that his is the portion coming off of Highway 19, which he has his own road access. If you want to take them both together, you can, but if you would like to ask Evan any questions, he's sitting right here. Or if you just want to simply speak, you can.
Sure.
I know you like to talk, Evan.
Hi, everyone. I'm Evan Reese, eXp Realty, realtor and a developer. Been working hard with Jen. He's been doing an amazing job of putting a ton of hours into this parcel. When I looked at it originally, we came in talking about another property originally, and Jenny was good enough to show us some of the other opportunities in town. And it's a great town. It's just really sweet. And so looking at this particular one, I just see the opportunity for small, single-family residences and duplexes. So where I cut my teeth and where my skill sets are small, single-family and duplexes. That's really my skill when it comes to construction. What I was going to tell you about this piece. So, we're looking to build, there's others where we have our sights set on as well. And my goal is to build housing for folks, number one, and then number two, make some money and have some fun, right? I guess, and their 2A would be help the city get some taxable rolls back up as well. So that's kind of what I do. That's what I have my heart set on here with these. Happy to answer some questions. I also brought Ryan Combs who I work with, who's got an engineering firm, and he is a Class A engineer on these types of projects, and I've got, I think, the right builder. So the pieces seem to be coming together, a lot due to Jenny's hard work and myself. Brian's been putting a lot of time in as well, so I'm happy to answer some questions and talk about the project. If anyone has anything on their mind about it, I'm here. Okay, don't all speak up at once. I guess that's it.
I think it's great that you're coming forth and showing some interest in this piece of paper that we've had out there for a long time. And I hope you're as aggressive as we've tried to be over the years, as well as trying to make something happen.
We're
a
very
great-
close.
Yeah, it's a
We are
great-
very
It's a great
close.
place.
Yeah, it is, and the baseball diamonds that are around it, yeah. And it's got a little seclusion factor as well. So I think it's gonna bring up the neighborhood. There's a few moving pieces that we're trying to get together too. Do we talk about other properties too now, or no?
No,
No.
it's not on the agenda.
Okay,
Yeah,
so,
it's not on the agenda.
Appreciate it.
that's all we'll be talking about, but yeah, I think it's gonna work. Yeah.
So as we move forward, more will be coming through, so this is just, like I said, one step to at least freeze the property and let people know we're moving forward with things. So
I
you
thought we
can,
were gonna put some industry down there.
well, that's part of what the other one is. We've talked for a couple of years now of making the other side residential. That's been going on since we did the Snyder freezes 3 years ago. So that's nothing new.
But he wanted to do, he wanted to.
He wanted to
property
do all of it.
separate.
His was just
Yeah.
going to be warehouses or shoe sheds, whatever, little storage units and housing. So that's all Snyder ever was. So now we're gonna have an M1 industrial section for Tom Yohn, which is a smaller footprint with plans. And all of that will be coming up. He's got plans and drawings and everything that he's got to show us later. But right now, it's just freezing it for these two to have the properties.
So how many employees is he gonna have?
How many what?
How many employees?
6 or 7. He's got a whole list, but right now, all we're talking about is the freeze agreement.
Right, we can't get into the
Correct.
details.
Freeze agreement.
Right.
So we can take them both or separate, whatever you prefer.
Cummings will make a motion to approve both of them, the freeze agreements for Tom Yohn and Evan Reese for 333 Portland Road.
Charles Cole, second.
Motion by Cummings, second by Charlie Cool, to approve the freeze agreement for Tom Yohn and Evan Reese. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Thank you. All right, we'll get signed copies and send them to you.
Very good.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thanks for
Thank
coming
you.
in.
You're welcome.
I'm sure we'll talk again.
I'm sure we will.
All right, now, recommendations of committees and commissions. Finance, Charlie.
I'll address the August 2025 financial statements. I make a motion to accept payroll in $101,681.87, general disbursements of $168,827.61, and the clerk treasurer's report on file at City Hall.
Cummings will second.
Motion by Charlie Cool, second by Cummings, to approve the financials as stated. Roll call.
Cummings, yes.
Charles Cole, yes.
Griffin, yes.
Thomas, yes.
Laird, yes.
Motion carried. Resolution 2025-36, this is our annual resolution to the library. It is in your packet. I'm not sure if it had the dollar amount in, or I got an old one.
It was on the back page.
It's on the back page for 208?
No.
Okay. That was the amount you had approved in finance, Charlie?
Our number is 8522.
Yep. 85,250.
Our number that the,
Yeah, this is for.
Library.
This is
just
This
what they
is saying
require.
that you're not doing double tax, you're doing the.
Correct. This is our
municipality.
yep,
It's for Jefferson.
yeah,
Huh?
we always go above.
Right, right.
So Charles Cole make the motion for resolution 2536 for the county library tax exemption
Cummings will second.
We need the amount stated.
with the amount minimum to be.
Nope.
No,
Nope, because we approved 208.
No, we did not.
We
no,
did not?
We did not.
Oh, I thought you did in the
We
meeting.
did not.
Okay, what is your amount you're approving then?
And that does not have to be on
It
this.
doesn't
Yeah,
have
that's
to
not-
be-
This is just a ribbon option.
No, it does not have to be on this.
No, it doesn't have to.
This is just the reported amount.
Every time
This is
spent on that.
I don't think so.
I'm
Yeah, it's just the
100% positive it hasn't. I have all the copies. So but so what is it says right on here, estimated library appropriation. We've always given it a number.
So the Jefferson County gives you a minimum amount.
Correct.
Right.
We know that.
Can go more than that, yeah.
We always go over that.
Yes, but you don't put your amount that you have to give.
No, we don't obligate the minimum of the
It says-
85,000.
Yeah.
In 2026, be appropriate and expend the amount more than the calculated above, which is, it's more than the
Right.
calculated minimum
Okay.
of 86,
I'm just telling you,
250.
every time we've done this, the dollar amount was in there. So if you choose not to put in the dollar amount, at some point, we have to give them the dollar amount, because we have to send this to them.
Right, but we didn't approve the budget. All we're saying is we're gonna cover that 86,000.
But right here, she's
No, we
talking
didn't
about.
approve the library budget.
Well,
Yeah, we
when is this
did.
gonna be?
Just before
November
this.
1st,
So we did not.
So we can address it in 2 weeks if we want to clarify it.
if you want to.
Okay, I will rescind my motion, or I will amend my motion to
We finalized and
defer.
voted on it, but seriously, in finance, that was the first, that's what we finalized, motion. The library budget, we did
We
not.
finalized the exemption
Higher
With the
deductible.
exemption.
at no.
Yeah,
Okay, I'm deeply confused,
yeah, all we did there for library was this.
but we gave no dollar amount,
No.
Right,
okay?
I
So
guess it wasn't presented to us as such, right? The assumption was, I was assumption that was just basically
We're doing the minimum.
Minimum,
At minimum, we're doing the minimum,
minimum.
or what is required.
Yes.
Yeah. It's gonna exceed that, but it
Because
doesn't.
if you don't do the minimum, then you're double taxing
No, I
your citizens.
fully understand that, fully
So
understand.
that's what the amount is that you have to put on this, not what you're giving the library over and above that 85.
That has
Eight-
never.
the 85,
happened
250.
Like that, ever.
So the resolution is worded incorrectly, correct?
No, the resolution's fine, you just fill in the estimated municipal, read down to the bottom.
Yeah.
The estimated municipal library appropriation,
Appropriation.
you put that in on that line. The resolution's not, that's a resolution from the county.
Yeah,
That's correct.
it's the 85 that you're putting in that.
So it's,
All right, so we're going to come up with a number later. Not tonight,
Not for this,
but you need that for your budget.
not this you don't need for the budget. The Jefferson County already gave you
No, I'm well aware of that.
that.
All right, finish with your motion, but I'm
No,
100%
we're having
positive.
discussion
Always,
before anything
I'm
happens.
positive, we've always put in a number.
We have put in a number, but it's the number that Jefferson County
Nope,
creates.
nope, this is always attached to the document, and then we know to put in the number of what it was.
I can look it up, I just don't have my resolutions here from previous years.
Well, we have time.
Do you want me to go look now, or?
No, I mean, we can defer it for 2 weeks and take it up
Okay,
the next
whatever.
meeting.
If that, yeah, that doesn't impact anything with you.
No, it's due November 1st to the county.
November 1st, did you say? Okay.
So we have time.
Okay.
We got a special meeting on Monday.
I will
There you
make-
go.
I will make my motion to defer the county library tax exemption.
Cummings was second.
Okay. Vote. Yeah, that's what we're doing right now. Motion by Cool. I gotta get the right line. Motion by Cool, second by Cummings to defer till it's ready, next meeting, what do you want?
Next meeting.
Next meeting of the council?
Also,
Okay.
2 weeks.
So,
We'll know by then.
Okay, that's
motion
motion.
by Cool, second by Cummings to defer to the next council meeting.
Council meeting.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Replacement of emergency warning siren located behind City Hall. We have one quote, Charlie.
Discussed at finance, we have one quote back at approximately $22,000. We're waiting for a second quote from GenCom. They're quoting basically from what Dennis said, the same exact equipment to replace the fire siren in the parking lot behind us. So the recommendation from finance was to fund it at that $22,000 amount as a maximum to be taken out of contingency. So I will make that motion.
Wired will second.
Motion by Charlie Cool, second by Wired, to approve not to exceed $22,000 for the siren. Roll call.
Cummings, yes.
Charles Cole, yes.
Griffin, yes.
Thomas, yes.
Wired, yes.
Haslett, yes.
All right, resolution 2025-40, declaring City of Waterloo's official intent to reimburse. This is also a declaration and a resolution. Ron is gone, but I think you can explain it. Charlie?
Yeah, this is a document that we probably haven't done in the past, but it's a good practice to have, and we were advised to do it. Basically, it states that if we need to go out to borrow money, but in the interim, we use some out of our own, basically our own funds, this intention declares that when we go out and borrow, we're gonna reimburse ourselves. So it's not taxable.
From where we borrowed it
From
from.
where we borrowed from, correct.
Yep.
And I will make the motion that we accept that in the declaration of, no, it's resolution 2540, declarations of the city's intent to reimburse.
Bond regulation.
Wired will second.
Motion by Cool, Charlie Cool, second by Wired, to approve 2025-40. No dollar value, so all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Water and light, this is the time of year for appointments to the commission because there starts October 1st. And I had a discussion with Wallace. His term is up. And Mike has, who is here because he can't leave us, Mike has expressed interest in wanting to serve, and his information is in the packet. And so I have made the appointment to have Mike be on the Waterloo Water and Light Commission effective October 1st.
Speech?
Speech.
Cummings will make that motion to approve the resolution 2025-38.
Haslett will second.
Motion by Cummings, second by Haslett, to approve resolution 2025-38. Any questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Thank you, Mike. I'm sure, I don't know how you do that. We can give you some information on the commission, but I think you also know what it is. Then talk to Barry next meeting. Yeah, sounds good. Thank you, Mike, for stepping up. I appreciate it. Public Works Ordinance 2025-02. Richard? I think this was brought up before, but it wasn't on the council at the time.
Correct.
Oh, yeah. It's 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
Yep, I said it'd be on the next council.
I know.
Okay.
I go to a lot of meetings. This is an ordinance to protect our newly paved parking lot behind City Hall from leaking oils and fluids, which will degrade the asphalt. Well, basically, you gotta keep your car in decent repair if you're gonna use our parking stalls that are
Rent it out.
rented.
Yeah.
I thought they were lease, I was gonna rent lease, similar. So I will make the motion to approve ordinance 2025-02 to amend the parking restrictions 350-07E.
Thomas will second.
Motion by Wired, second by Thomas, to approve 2025-02.
Question.
Yep, you will. Go ahead.
Is there something in there if there is a violation
Well, that's where chief, this gives him the right to be able to contact them, and then this goes into any other notice, then fines.
So
which is like
it just
normal.
follows the normal
Yeah,
procedure.
that's exactly
As
what
long
I
as
was
it's,
gonna bring up.
I was just wondering if it was defined that way.
If we don't have something like this, then he really can't do much. I mean, we can complain, but this gives him the authority if Chad or anybody notices, hey, we got a big file out there, you gotta move it, you gotta clean it. If they don't, we can fine them.
Or just tell them they can't, perfect.
Yeah.
Or revoke their parking
Absolutely.
permit, whatever it is.
Okay.
Did I say that right?
I believe so.
Okay. Yeah, with lacking some of this stuff, he can't do anything. Yeah.
Yep, giving him authority to do more.
All right, so I have a motion and a second. Any other questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Old business, I don't think we have any. Announcements and items, I know we're still working on more budgets. I don't remember, did I bring this up last time about us in the paper that says World Atlas names Waterloo one of Wisconsin top cities for retirees? It was in the paper, so I looked up the World Atlas, and for sure it was Waterloo, Wisconsin. I didn't know that we made this, so I think we need this framed, like a plaque made out of it. So, yay us!
Laminated.
Where do you see the World Atlas? Is that online or?
It is online.
Subscription?
You can send
It
a copy
is
on the
online,
tax
there was
bill.
all kinds of, we had a picture of track they talked about this
That's what
one.
we should do.
What'd you say?
It should send a copy on the tax bill.
There you go. Yeah, this is correct. I mean, we're working
People
on
may
trying
not-
to get places for retirees to live, but they talked about the walkability. And I mean, it was in the August 14th paper. I was like, oh,
August 14th.
yeah. I'm like, you'd have thought somebody would have said, yay Waterloo, or sent us an email, congratulations. Yeah,
You should
got
send that to
nothing.
the historical society, they're gonna need
And
that.
I just thought I would share.
Probably need a plaque.
I know, that's what I said. We need
We
something
need to
frame it with.
laminate that.
I know.
We need to-
Anybody else have any future items? I don't think anything else is going on. We heard Trout Day is done. Love the shirt, it's fun.
Great weather, great turnout.
We'll make some motion to adjourn.
Where was that?
You got in there.
Oh, yes.
Motion by Cole, second by Cummings to adjourn. All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carried. Thank you.
Hey, Leslie.